Welcome in, everyone. You are visiting with Judy, and I am with Vintage to Chic. And today I'm working on dominoes for Christmas ornaments. Okay, so I'm going to show you quickly. This should be a short little video, and I'm going to show you how we're doing them. My son makes my dominoes in the wood shop, and they are wood. They're 2.25 inches by 1 inch, I believe this is 1 by 2.25. It's the size of a domino. Okay, and he cuts these in wood for me, and they're cut from top grade cabinet 1/2 inch plywood, which is really nice and smooth. And this is what I use to make the dominoes with. Okay, I'm going to show you a few here that are already finished. I got the chain a little bit long on this one, but it gives you an idea. I probably go back and shorten this chain just a little. But as you can see, I've put Santa on that side of the domino, and I always put just a plain paper on the back side. Then you need the trim that goes around the edges. You need a bail for the top. You need some jump rings. You need some chain. I buy chain. You can get all this stuff at Hobby Lobby, or you can get it on Amazon. I've got some charms down here that are Christmas charms, and I'm going to show you how to put one together, how to finish it and put one together. Now, I do sell these dominoes. Here's another one. This is a red bird. I got the chains a little shorter on that one, so that's a good one. This is the way it'll hang on your Christmas tree, okay? And this one's a red bird, a cardinal, and it's still just plain on the back. I've got them in. There's the shabby chic. There's a Santa. I've got the first little piece on that one. Got these. I've done about 20 so far. I've got about 20. I'm working on a show that I'm going to do in October. I'm going to do a 2-week show. So, and I'm going to do it mostly in Christmas ornaments. I'm going to have a Christmas booth this year at the Gatlinburg Convention Center in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We have the Gatlinburg Craftsman's Fair that time of the year, and I'll be in there the first 12 days. Been doing that show for about 35 years. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the dominoes. This is just a raw domino, raw wood. These will be for sale in my shop, vintage2chicdesigns.etsy.com. And the dominoes, I think, if I remember correctly, there's 10 in a package. You get 10 in a package, and you get a full sheet of patterns already laid out, ready for you to cover with. These will be Christmas patterns because I'm doing this one as Christmas ornaments. So you'll get 5, there's 6 across, 4, 6, 4, 24. You'll get 24 designs on a page, maybe more than that, according to how many I can get on there. Excuse me. Joe has made me a little jig. What I did first is painted these white. I went in, just put a coat of white paint on them, and you have to sand them. When you when you put paint on wood, it raises the nap, and they feel like fur. It gets real furry and rough, so you need to take a piece of sandpaper and sand them back down till they're nice and smooth. Then I'm going to show you, it's real simple. These pieces are already cut, are already made to size for you. As you can see up here, I've got all different kinds of them laying up here. These don't have the back on them yet. I haven't put the backs on them. And the back sheet, I just print me out a sheet of anything you can call a background sheet. This just happens to be what I'm using today. This was what I had the other day. This is a black one, just kind of a faded design, and this one's got a little more color to it. So I've got some of each of those laying here. Now the first thing I'm going to do is put a hole in my domino for the bottom to go in, which is this little piece down here. This is just a screw eye that I'm going to put in the bottom of the domino that the little trinkets hangs on. This is a bail that will be glued on. Excuse me, Joe made me a jig. This is a little jig he made me in the shop, and I can lay my domino on there. Just lay it right down there, and he's got it set up to where it goes into the center. You know, if I put it right in there, then he sharpened me a stylus, made it sharp on the end, which you can get them already, some already sharpened. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it this way, so I'm going to take my little sharpened thing here, and when he sets it in that jig, it's halfway. He's got it all set up to where the inches and the thing, but you can guess it. It's no big deal. Oh, I started to tell you, the dominoes, you will find the dominoes. I did tell you that. I'm sorry. You will find the dominoes and a sheet of paper on my in my design shop, and if I remember correctly, they're $14.95 a set. I'll place a link for it so you'll know you can get them. And these will be super. Like I said, I'm doing them for Christmas ornaments, and they will be super sellers for as Christmas ornaments because you can sell them for about 10. I would sell them for $10 to $12, and you're making good money on them, you know, and they'll be great for fall Christmas shows. Okay, I'm going to take my little sharp stylus here, and I'm going to punch me a little hole right in the middle, right there where he's made me a spot there. And I'm going to take a screw eye. I've got a whole box of goodies over here. Let me find me one. Okay, I think I've got one right here. I'm going to take a screw eye, and I'm going to put it right in the bottom in that little hole that I created. I've pushed it enough to get it started in there. Then I can just take anything that I can turn it with and continue to turn it, a stylus or whatever. And uh-oh, maybe I didn't get that one punched out enough. So let's go back and try it again. Take my thing, punch me a little bit deeper hole there. Now let's try this again. This little stuff is tedious to work on. It's fun, but dealing with your fingers and little tiny stuff sometimes gets hard. It's frustrating. I have to do 3 or 4 and then get the hang of it going before I'm happy with it because I'm dropping them and playing with them and whatever. Okay, I got that started in there. I'm just going to take my stylus and twist it until it goes right up in that wood. Okay, so see, I've got that piece is ready, and all I'm going to put on it's the bottom. Then I'm going to set that to the side. I've got my Mod Podge over here, my glue that I use of choice. I put a little bit of water in it. And I cut my patterns out on this sheet. I don't cut them out completely, but I cut one side even so that it's going to fit exactly on the side of the domino. That way I know I'm getting it on there straight. So I've got these two. I've got this one cut. This is just a poinsettia. I'm going to lay it on my domino here. Get it positioned in place. Then I'm going to pick up a little bit, put me a little bit of Mod Podge under there. The screw eye is on the bottom. And then I'm going, of course, this one is not, it's have bottom and top's the same. It wouldn't matter if your pattern's a flower or something, which end you was on. Okay. Now, after I've done that, I'm going to put one coat on the top. Place a coat all over the top of my piece just to seal that paper in. Then I'm through with the glue. So I'm going to set that over there. I'm through with that. And I'm going to go ahead and trim this one a little bit so I've got just a partial of the paper on there. And it's wet, so when I work on things, I work assembly line. So like earlier today, I covered here 10 or 12. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 there that I covered all at one time. And when you lay them up there, by the time you get the last one done, the first one's dry, and then you're ready to go. So after they dry, then I take my sanding block, and I just go in and sand those edges right off until it fits. Just got a perfect fit there on my domino. Then I've got that piece. I've got the design on there. Okay. Then I will put a coat of varnish. I will take and get my varnish up here. I use a Josonia's gloss varnish. I'm going to put one coat of varnish on them. I'm showing you steps as I go. You know, each step to doing it. So I've got my varnish there. And I'm not going to do that one that I just painted, but I'm going to do one of these that I've already done here. So I'm going to put a coat of varnish on that one. And like I said, if you're working on them, doing one at a time is such a waste of time. So I've got one. I might as well use up the varnish that I've got out here and cover as many of these as I can that I've already got covered here. My final varnish will be, I'll put it on the very final last thing. These ones that I finished, I haven't put the varnish on them, the finished varnish, and I use a slick stick. triple thick. Here I'm saying the wrong thing. I'm using Deco Arts triple thick as my final coat of my varnish because it's a lot shinier and it kind of builds up. It's kind of like resin. Of course, if you're a resin person, you could go and you could resin these when you're all done, and the final thing you do is you could mix you some clear resin, and you could really paint the resin on them. You wouldn't have to pour it on them. You could just use a paintbrush and paint your resin on there. See, I've got about 6 or 8 more there covered with the first coat of varnish, just to seal them in there. Okay, now I've got that step done. Now my next step, or I would dry them first and then I go in and put that back piece on. So I've got this little girl here, and I'm going to lay my paper on here. This is my back paper, what I'm using for the back side. I'm do the same thing as I done with the other. Thought I was done with the glue, but I'm not. Okay. Putting my back paper. You put whatever you want on the back, or you could just paint them. Just paint the back. If you don't want to fool with putting the paper on the back of them, just paint it a solid color on the back. Now again, that one's painted, that one's covered. See, the front's covered on that one and the back's covered, but I gotta let it dry before I sand that little piece off there. So we'll lay it to the side. Okay, so I've got 2 steps done. I'm gonna pick me up one here that's already finished. Let's go back to this deer because he's pretty well dry. Now this little bling that I've got around the edges comes in a roll, and you can find it. I'll give you a link to it. You can find it on Amazon, and it comes in all different colors. This one happens to be just clear, like crystals, but I have it. When you buy a package of it, you get all different colors. I've got pink and just blue and all different colors in there, black, and it's all self-sticking, so that makes it real easy. Now let's see, I don't have the little screw eye in this one, so I got to put a screw eye in this one. Come back over here and into my bottom again, and put me a little hole in there. Okay. Take my screw eye. If you hear noise, that's my kids in the, even though I'm out in the shop, you can hear them. So I hope you can't. Okay, got the screw eye in there. Now I'm going to go around with my bling, and I'm going to start right where the screw eye is at, where I've got that screw, the bead in the bottom. I'm going to put it right on that, start with that section. Okay, so I'm going to peel it back a little bit to get it started. This stuff sticks really, really good. It sticks to your fingers, it sticks to everything, so, and it stays on good. So I'm going to start right there where the little screw eye is, and I'm going to take it all the way around my little deer, my domino. See? Now when I get up to the top up here, I'm going to clip it so that I leave enough, and if I clip it this way first, clip it across first, then I'm going to go right down the middle of it and clip it a little bit so it'll go down on either side of that screw, that little screw eye that I've got in there. And that's a little bit aggravating because you're cutting into that glue, but you can get it. Now when I bring it down here, it will go right over top. I think I need to clip one more row of off of there. Okay, now I'm going to take it right down on either side of my screw there. It goes one on the front and one on the back. And now I've got the bottom. That kind of holds your screw eye in there too. Otherwise you could have put a little bit of glue in there, but it didn't need to. See, I hadn't put a back on that one. I should have put that back on there before I put that on, but that's no big deal. I'll go back and do that. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to get one over here that I've already finished. I'm going to go into the next step Okay, here's one. Okay, see, I've got the screw eye in the bottom, and I've got the bling on. This one happens to be a shabby chic little Santa. And what I did, I've got these little rings. This one little ring that I'm using looks like a key ring. They're just a little circle ring that looks exactly like a key ring. Let me get me one over here. See where I put them. See, I've got little boxes here with all kinds. I've got all kinds of, you just need jump rings, little tiny rings. You got these little, we got a little bell here. These bells come in all different colors. That's hard for you to see. Just a little tiny bell that's going to glue onto the back, but they come in all different colors. Okay, so I'm going to put the little jump ring I have put on the top of that, right where, I mean on the bottom. Inside that screw eye, I have put this little jump ring, and you just separate it and it rolls on just like you do a keychain. Okay, now in the top, I'm going to glue the bell on this one. Take this bell here, and let's see if I'm going to use, I think I'll use a, I didn't get a silver bell out. Let me see. Yeah, here do. Okay, this just lays flat on your back side. See, it just lays flat on your piece, just like so. Okay, so I'm going to put a bell on that one, and I need to use some Gorilla Glue to get that to hold on there good. I need the Gorilla Glue, and you're going to have to let it set and dry. So you have, set a while to dry. So you have to kind of do this in stages. That's why you're working on a whole bunch at one time. I'm put a little bit of Gorilla Glue. I'll get that out in a minute. Over here on my paper, just on my thing there, I'm going to put a little bit of Gorilla Glue, and then I'm just going to take the bell and I'm going to swipe it through the glue so that I get it on that one side. The textured side, there's a smooth side. This is your back, and then this is the textured side. Okay, so the texture side goes down, and you want to make it kind of even with where you got your screw eye in the bottom. Just press that right down on there, and then you'll have to set it aside because that Gorilla Glue is going to take a while to dry. That's going to take a matter of 30 minutes or so before that's dry enough for you to do it on there. But as you can see, I have glued it right onto the back. See, this one is one I've already done. See, you can see the thing on here. So this one's ready to put the chains on. So I'm going to set that one aside. Now these are also ready for me to sand the top off of them. Take my gator and just go in here and sand that paper off. Okay, now see, that one's done. I've got that one done on both sides. Got the paper on both sides of that one. This one, I've only got the paper on one side. I probably should have done that, cut that off before I put the screw eye in. It'd be a lot easier. Any kind of sanding block or thing. This is just a little thing they call a gator. I buy it on Amazon. And you can change the paper on it. It's what I like. See, now that one's ready for the vapor on the back. Okay, now I'm ready to decorate this one. This is a little cardinal, and I put the red beads around it. I've got the back on it, I've got the bell on it, and I've got the screw eye on the bottom with the little hook on it. Now I need some ornaments, some little Christmas, what do you call them, charms. Get you some Christmas charms on Amazon or on Temu or somewhere you can get charms. Just buy a box of Christmas charms. You'll get all different kinds of things. See, this one, I've already got this one fixed, but I'm going to show you how to do it. What I done, this is a little clip-on, little clip thing like you'd have on a necklace up here. This little tiny clip chain right here. I'll take a picture, and well, I can't put a picture on YouTube, but I can on my page. You can visit my page, Vintage to Chic, on Facebook, and I'll have a picture there of the little pieces that you need. Okay, then your chain comes in a roll like this, and I usually put 3. You can put as many ornaments on there as you want, as many little things for bling as you feel like you want. But I want 3, and I want my chains to be different sizes. So I'm going to cut me 3 little pieces of chain here in 3 lengths. And like I said, some of them, oh, excuse me, this one I got a little bit longer than I really like. So I'll probably go back and shorten this one a little bit. Let's see, other one over here I've got. This one's a lot better. See, this one's got a shorter one. But then this one, see, this one I've already got done and made, and this is about the length that I like, is about that length. That says believe on it. It has a little fleur on it, and then a little heart there. So you can put any kind of charms. You might be doing it as a Christmas gift for somebody who has a special little charm of some kind, maybe a name. You could do this in memory of somebody who's passed away, and you can have a little trinket made with their name on it. And that would be a nice little gift. So I've got one length there. I'm going to get me another one. Taking little wire cutters and cut my chain there till I got three lengths of chain there to work with. Okay. Now I've got to put the rings. And my charms on that one. Let's see what kind of charms I've got out here. Most of these I've got out here are gold. Let me go back over here to my charms. See, I've got a little box like this. Just get you a little box like this. This has got all my different pieces in it. These bales come in. That one's copper colored. This one is like a bronze. These are silver and these are gold. They all come from Hobby Lobby. These are the little clip rings. This you could make a keychain out of one. You could put it on a keychain. These are charms. These are all little charms here that I've got. So I'm going to choose me 3 charms. I'm doing this one in the silver color, so I need 3 charms that'll go with that. So I'm going to go here. Let's see what I've got in here. To get me something out. Maybe a little bit bigger one. There's a little heart. I'm going to use that heart, and there's a fleur, and then I'm going to put a little key on there. So I've got 3 charms. Most of the time I put 3 on there. You put whatever you want, but most of the time I put 3. Now these teeny tiny little jump rings are a pain in the butt. So, you just have to fiddle with them and get kind of used to them. To working with them, you need a little tiny pair of pliers, which I have here. And I'm going to bend that to one side so that I can open it up a little bit and put my chain on it. I'm going to put my chain and my charm. So I'm going to bend that a little bit. I'm just going to do one to show you how to do it. I'm going to take it through my charm, pick it up with my pliers, put my charm on there, and my first chain on there. See, then you've got to squeeze that back together. Sometimes I get it real easy, and sometimes I play with it a while. So it's easy. Okay, now I've got my first charm. Got my first charm on there. And I'm going to put a jump ring on the top of that charm, on the top of that chain also. So I'm opening it up this again. And put it on the other end of my chain. We did these for necklaces last year. You can do them and make necklaces out of them. You can do them on key rings. This year I just decided, since my booth is going to be Christmas this year, that I would make them into Christmas ornaments. Okay, I've got a jump ring and a charm on this end and a jump ring on this other end. Now this is going to go, the little hook that I have right here, this little tiny hook. This is like the claw, you call it on a necklace. You know how you'll pull the little thing back and then hook it on there? Okay, that's going to hook in. See here, let's see what I'm doing. I'm going to hook it right in there and hang it. And then this is going to get a jump ring in it. This little claw is going to get a jump ring also, because that's going to go up to fit into my piece on the bottom of my my ornament. So I need a jump ring on it. I hope you all are following me on YouTube, and if you're not, I hope you'll subscribe and watch our videos and help me to grow. Okay, now I've got that little claw up there, I've got the jump ring, and I've got the first charm, and I will do that 3 times till I have 3 of them. Okay, then on my ornament here I have put that little ring. It looks like a keychain ring, you know, and I've got 3 of these. See, I've got 3 already on this one, and I'm going to kind of open that up to where I can get that in there to start it around there, and I'm going to hang that on the end. So I've got to kind of hold it a little bit, pull it open just enough to get that, you know how you do when you're trying to put keys on a key ring. That's real hard to get that on there. So I'm going to see if I can do that. Got that little bitty thing there, and I'm going to see if I can pull it out enough to just start that on my ring there. Okay, I got it. Now I'm just going to keep taking it around like you do when you're putting keys on a chain, on your key ring. Just continue to pull that around till it gets around to where it's holding. Okay, now, see, I've got that one. That's a little red bird, and I've got those 3 little charms on the bottom. I've got an angel and a little heart and another piece. Okay, now I'm going to put a chain on the top. But let's see what I've got here. I've got one laying here somewhere. What did I do with the chain on the top? Okay, here it is. See what I did? I'm going to go on my bail, and I'm going to put one little jump ring on the bail up here. I'm going to cut me a little piece of chain, which is going to be my loop that I hang it by. So you don't need a very big one. I got mine a little bit long on them too, so I may have to alter them. Just cutting me off another piece of little chain, and I'm going to take another jump ring, open it up, and put my chain in it. Got my chain in there, and I'm going to put it on. Oh, I need both loops of my chain in there, and I just dropped it. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's hard to hang on to these little tiny things. One end of the chain goes on, then the other end of the chain goes on. This is what's going to hang it on the tree. Okay, then I'm going to take it through the bail up here at the top. So I've got 2 ends of the chain, both ends of the chain, and I'm going to go through the bail here. Then I'm going to squeeze it back together, if I can get a hold of it. Okay, now I've got that one done. See how pretty that is? Turn it, and it's got the cardinal. That one's finished. Got the cardinal, and I will go back in now. I'm going to do all the top coat at the same time. All of the thing, I will go back in and put this triple thick. This is Deco Arts triple thick. I got this one at Hobby Lobby yesterday, and it's called Gloss Glaze. And I'll put you you know, I'm sure we can get it on Amazon or wherever. I'll have a link to that too on my page. And then, like I said, if you're interested and you want the dominoes, the wooden ones, then go on over to my page. I'll have them on my Etsy shop at vintagechicdesigns.etsy.com. So you'll get a sheet of paper with all the designs on it, and you'll get 10 dominoes in one package, and I believe they're $14.95. I have to look again, but I think they're $14.95 plus shipping, which will cost you $4 or $5 shipping to, you know, to get them to you. Maybe a little less than that. I always refund whatever overage there is in shipping. But see, that one is finished except for the glaze on it, so I've got that one done. I've got this one. Both of those happens to be red birds. And you can match your beads on them as to what you got. I've got a Santa here that's finished. So all of these pieces are already finished. So I'm going to be sitting here the rest of the day working on dominoes. So I've got 3 there. I think 3 is all I've finished working to do this video. Okay? If you have any questions, you can always shoot me a question if you want to know something, and I'll be happy to help you. I'm always here and available. You can ask me on Facebook. You can ask me here on YouTube, or wherever you see that we are. You can visit anywhere that I am. Okay, I hope you have a good day and enjoy making dominoes.